Safety-toed shoes. Ensuring your feet are protected in hazardous environments is crucial. Imagine a heavy object falling directly onto your foot. Without the right protection, you could be facing serious injury. Safety-toed shoes provide the necessary protection against falling objects and other potential foot injuries. They are designed to absorb the impact and protect your toes from being crushed. Always ensure your safety-toed shoes are in good condition and fit properly. A shoe that's too tight or too loose can cause discomfort and even lead to accidents. Remember, your feet are your foundation. Protect them and you'll be able to stand strong and steady no matter what challenges come your way. Pause 2S. Now let's get down to brass tacks. You ever notice how folks in tough jobs wear all that gear? Hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, the whole shebang. It ain't for fashion, folks. That's PPE, personal protective equipment, and it's the difference between a job well done and a trip to the ER. We're talking about safety, about going home in the same shape you came in. Now, some folks think PPE is a hassle, slows them down. But let me tell you, a few seconds putting on your gear beats a lifetime dealing with the consequences of not. We're going to focus on two biggies here: hearing protection and eye wash stations, because losing your hearing or sight, that's life-changing stuff, and it's often preventable. This ain't about being a safety net, it's about respecting yourself and the work you do. It's about understanding that your health and your well-being is paramount. So let's dive in and break down why hearing protection and eye wash stations are so crucial. Think about the last concert you went to, the roar of the crowd, the music pounding. Now imagine that every day at work. Loud noises, especially over long periods, can damage your hearing slowly but surely, and it's not just jackhammers and factory floors. Construction, manufacturing, even landscaping. Plenty of jobs come with hidden hearing hazards. The statistics are sobering. Thousands of cases of work-related hearing loss reported every year. Thousands. Then there's our eyes, arguably our most valuable sense. A splash of chemical, a flying shard of metal. Accidents happen fast, but having a properly maintained eye wash station nearby can mean the difference between a minor irritation and permanent damage. We're going to delve into real-life stories. Folks who thought it couldn't happen to them. We'll hear from workers whose hearing was saved by a simple pair of earplugs, and we'll learn about situations where quick access to an eye wash station prevented disaster. The point is, this stuff is real. It's not about fear-mongering, it's about empowerment. Knowing the risks, understanding the solutions. That's how we take control of our own safety. So buckle up, folks. Let's get down to brass tacks and explore the world of hearing protection and eye wash stations. It might just save your bacon one day. Here's the thing about hearing loss. It often sneaks up on you. One day, the radio's a little too loud. The next, you're asking folks to repeat themselves. It's a gradual fade, not a sudden crash, and that's what makes it so dangerous. Our ears weren't built for constant bombardment. Imagine a drum being pounded day in, day out. Eventually, something's gotta give. And that something is often the delicate hair cells in our inner ear, responsible for translating sound into signals our brain can understand. Now, you might think, I work in an office, not a factory. I'm good, right? Not so fast. Prolonged exposure to noise levels above 85 decibels, that's about the level of a gas-powered lawnmower, can cause damage over time. And that includes open-plan offices, busy restaurants, even some classrooms. Met a fellow once named Bobby. Played guitar in a rock band, said it was the only life he knew. But Bobby didn't wear earplugs, figured it was part of the gig, the price of passion. Now he's got tinnitus, a constant ringing in his ears. Music's gone, replaced by a high-pitched whine that never quits. Bobby's story ain't unique. Construction workers, factory workers, musicians, folks in noisy professions are at high risk for noise-induced hearing loss or enical. And it's not just about not hearing the birds sing anymore. NIHL is linked to depression, anxiety, even increased risk of accidents. Think of it this way. Your hearing is like a bank account. You deposit noise, you withdraw hearing. And once it's gone, no second chances. But here's the good news. Preventing NIHL is often as simple as wearing the right PPE, earplugs, earmuffs. They act like a wall, dampening down the noise before it reaches your eardrums. Think of them like sunglasses for your ears, and the technology's come a long way. We're talking custom-molded earplugs, noise-cancelling headphones that let in voices but block harmful sounds. There's even high-tech earmuffs that amplify conversations while still protecting your hearing in loud environments. The key is to find what works for you, comfortable, effective, and worn consistently, because let's face it, the best hearing protection is the kind you actually use. And that's what we're going to talk about next. How to choose, use, and care for your hearing protection so it can protect you. We take our sight for granted, don't we? The world's a colourful, vibrant place, and we move through it without a second thought. But imagine just for a second that world going dark. It's a scary thought, right? And for folks who've suffered eye injuries on the job, it's a harsh reality. Now, eye injuries, they can happen anywhere, but some jobs are riskier than others. Construction sites, factories, even labs, places where sparks fly, chemicals splash, and dust clouds billow. A tiny shard of metal, a drop of corrosive liquid, it only takes a split second for disaster to strike. That's where eye wash stations come in. They're like fire extinguishers for your eyes, always there, ready to go in an emergency. A quick rinse with a steady stream of water can be the difference between a minor irritation and a life-altering injury. I met a welder once, named her Sarah. Tough as nails, she was. One day, a spark jumped the wrong way, landed right in her eye. Burning, stinging, she stumbled back, panic rising. Luckily, her foreman saw what happened, rushed her to the nearest eye wash station. Minutes felt like hours as she flushed her eye, the pain slowly receding. Turns out that quick thinking, that readily available eye wash station, saved Sarah's sight. The doctor told her if she'd waited even a few minutes longer, the damage could have been permanent. She was lucky, he said, but luck ain't got no place in a safe workplace. And Sarah's story ain't unique. Every year, thousands of workers suffer eye injuries that could have been prevented with proper precautions and access to eye wash stations. Chemicals, debris, even UV radiation. The hazards are out there, lurking. But here's the thing about eye injuries. Most are preventable, and it starts with the simplest of things, wearing safety glasses. They act as a shield, deflecting flying objects, blocking splashes and sparks. Think of them like airbags for your eyes. But even with the best safety glasses, accidents can still happen. That's why having properly maintained eye wash stations is crucial. We're talking clearly marked locations, unobstructed access, and regular testing to ensure the water flow is strong and consistent. It's not enough to just have the equipment, folks. You've got to know how to use it too. Regular safety drills, practicing the steps in a calm, controlled environment. That's how we turn reaction into instinct. Because when it comes to eye safety, every second counts. All right, folks, we've talked about the risks to our hearing and how crucial ear protection is. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty, how to actually use these things properly. Because slapping on a pair of earmuffs any old way ain't going to cut it. First off, you got to choose the right protection for the job. Earplugs are great for blocking out general noise like you'd find on a construction site. They're small, discreet, and you can even get them custom molded for a perfect fit. Earmuffs, on the other hand, are like noise-cancelling headphones on steroids. They're ideal for extremely loud environments or when you need to wear them for long stretches. Some even come with built-in radios so you can listen to music while you work, safely of course. Section 2, Earring Essentials, Finding the Right Fit. Now, here's the thing about earplugs: fit matters. If they ain't in right, they ain't gonna do their job. You want a snug, comfortable seal so no sound sneaks past. And don't be shy about trying different sizes and styles till you find what works best for you. With earmuffs, make sure the cups fit snugly over your ears, creating a good seal all the way around. Adjust the headband so it's firm but not too tight. Remember, comfort is key. If it hurts, you're less likely to wear it. And just like any tool, ear protection needs a little TLC. Keep your earplugs clean and store them in their case when you're not using them. Wipe down your earmuffs regularly to remove sweat and grime. And remember, if they're damaged, replace them. Don't wait till it's too late. Section 3, I spy the importance of eye wash stations. Now let's talk about those other essential pieces of PPE eye wash stations. These bad boys are your first line of defense in case something gets in your eye, but knowing where they are and how to use them is only half the battle. First and foremost, make sure your workplace has clearly marked eye wash stations that are easily accessible. No clutter, no obstacles, no excuses. And we're not talking about just sticking it in a dark corner and forgetting about it. These stations need regular maintenance. That means flushing them out weekly to prevent stagnant water and checking the water pressure. Trust me, you don't want to discover mid-emergency that your eye wash station is spitting out a trickle when you need a geyser. And remember, these stations aren't just for emergencies. If you get dust, debris, or even just irritated eyes, a quick rinse can prevent things from escalating. No need to be a hero and tough it out. Section 1, the unheard warning. I met a logger, a big fella named Carl, who thought he was tough enough to handle any noise. "These ears," he'd say, "they've heard it all." He scoffed at earplugs, figured they were for city folk with sensitive ears. Years of roaring chainsaws, crashing trees. Carl took it all in without a flinch. Then one day, the silence came. Not the peaceful kind, but a silence that rings in your ears, a constant companion to the world you can no longer fully hear. Carl's hearing loss, a result of years of neglecting protection, crept up slowly. First, it was just trouble hearing conversations, then the TV had to be cranked up. Now, he struggles to hear his grandkids' laughter. The irony is, the silence is deafening. Carl told me, his voice heavy with regret, "I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I should have listened." Section 2, a sight unseen. Then there's Maria, a lab technician I met at a safety conference. She was demonstrating the proper use of an eye wash station, her movements precise, almost rehearsed. But behind her practiced demeanor, I saw a flicker of something else, a memory, perhaps, etched in her mind's eye. She told me about a new hire, eager but green, who splashed a chemical while mixing solutions. Panic ensued, no safety glasses, no eye wash station nearby. They found the closest source of water, a bathroom sink, but the damage was done. Maria witnessed the aftermath, the young man's cries echoing in the sterile lab. The chemical burn left him with permanent vision impairment. Maria, haunted by that day, dedicated herself to safety training. "Every time I talk about PPE," she said, her voice shaking, "I see his face. A constant reminder of what we're fighting for." Section 3, the price of neglect. You see, neglecting PPE isn't about being lazy or tough, it's about taking a gamble with your health, your future. And like any gamble, the house always wins. The consequences, they're more than just statistics on a page. They're real lives forever changed. They're the construction worker who can no longer hear the birds sing, the welder with blurry vision, unable to continue the craft they love. They're the families impacted, the livelihoods lost, the futures rewritten because of a moment's carelessness. It's easy to think it won't happen to me, to brush off safety precautions as a hassle, but those who face the consequences, they'll tell you a different story. They'll tell you that the weight of regret is far heavier than any piece of PPE. Section 1, the bottom line, safety ain't optional. We've covered a lot of ground here, folks. From the roar of a factory floor to the sterile silence of a lab, one thing's clear. PPE ain't about being a stickler for rules, it's about respect. Respect for yourself, respect for your work, respect for the life you've been given. We talked about ears, those delicate instruments that connect us to the world of sound. We heard stories about folks who thought they were invincible, only to be silenced by the consequences of their neglect. And we learned that protecting our hearing is as simple as choosing the right gear and using it every single time, no excuses. Then there's our eyes, those windows to the soul, the tools that allow us to appreciate the beauty of this world. We saw how quickly things can go wrong, how a splash of chemical or a flying shard can change everything in a heartbeat. And we learned that eye wash stations, those unassuming pieces of equipment, can be the difference between a minor mishap and a lifetime of regret. Section 2, culture of care from the ground up. But here's the real takeaway, folks. Safety ain't just about having the right gear. It's about fostering a culture of care. It's about looking out for yourself and looking out for your co-workers. It's about speaking up when you see something unsafe and refusing to cut corners, no matter the pressure. It starts with education, with understanding the risks and embracing the solutions. It means demanding proper training and access to well-maintained PPE. And it means holding ourselves and each other accountable. Because when it comes to safety, there's no room for complacency. So let's make a pact, you and me. Let's make a commitment to prioritize safety in our own lives and in our workplaces. Let's be the ones who wear our earplugs, who use those eye wash stations, who speak up for what's right. Remember, folks, going home at the end of the day whole and healthy, that's the ultimate measure of a job well done. Stay safe out there. Steel-toed shoes are essential for protecting your feet in hazardous environments. They provide a sturdy barrier against heavy objects and sharp materials, ensuring your safety on the job. Always ensure your steel-toed shoes fit well and are in good condition to maximize their protective benefits. But let's not stop there. These shoes are more than just a piece of gear. They're a symbol of our commitment to safety, a testament to our dedication to going home safe every day. So lace up, step strong, and remember, safety starts from the ground up. In every step you take, you carry the weight of your own safety and the safety of those around you. It's a reminder that every precaution, no matter how small, counts. So let's make every step a step towards a safer future for ourselves and for everyone we work with. Stay vigilant, stay equipped, and keep those feet protected. Together, we can walk the path of safety, one strong step at a time.